So the NASCAR Cup Series got another first-time win on Sunday, as Josh Berry was the driver who got the win. He did it at the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube at Las Vegas Motor Speedway after he passed Daniel Suarez with 19 laps to go in the race in an incredible battle. Berry pulled away after that. Even though this was the first Cup win for Berry at Las Vegas, he's no stranger to victory lane there. He won there twice in the Xfinity Series. Berry's the fifth straight Wood Brothers driver to pick up his first win in the 21 Ford. Here's Berry talking about him being a Cup Series winner and more, courtesy of FS1.
Oh man, I don't even know what to think. Just awesome. I love this track. Las Vegas has been so good to me. I've had so many great moments here. Just struggled in the next gen car here, but man, Miles and this whole 21 team, everybody at Wood Brothers Racing, they gave me a great car today, and we just battled and battled and battled, and man, it was our day. I just can't believe it. Such a battle with Daniel there at the end. Beating and banging at a mile and a half is crazy, but whoever was going to get out front was probably going to win, and we were able to get it from him.
Berry also talked about what it means to drive for the Wood Brothers and to get them back to victory lane and more, also courtesy of FS1.
I mean, it's just incredible. They've just been so good to me. It's just been a great relationship, and obviously thank everybody at Wood Brothers Racing, but Team Penske as well. They've welcomed me with open arms and tried to help me and accelerate this learning process as much as I can. And I really can't say enough for Miles Stanley, man. Everybody, he is so good at what he's doing, and we have a great thing going on together. He really believes in me, and just got to thank everybody at Motorcraft, Quick Lane, Dex Imaging, Aero, Ford. I know they're going to be excited about that one, and man, we're just gonna enjoy this moment.
Berry and Suarez, we started side by side on lap 249 of 267. Suarez didn't give up the lead until lap 252, when Berry got ahead of Suarez at the start-finish line. Lap 253 was almost a dead heat, with Berry ahead by just a hair, but the 21 Mustang was able to clear Suarez's 99 Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet through the trial on lap 254. Here's Suarez talking about how disappointing it is to be close to winning, and more, also courtesy of FS1.
Yeah, definitely a little disappointed, but first of all, congratulations to the 21 team and Josh. They did a great job. They've been fast lately, so they've been in contention, so congratulations to them. We did everything right, the team did an amazing job on the strategy, pit stops. We did everything right. Our car was fast. We just struggled a little bit in the short run, and I mentioned to my crew chief just a little bit ago, because before the last run, I told him, I say, hey, if we're gonna be up front, I need a little bit better short run. I'm having too much contact over there in 1 and 2, and unfortunately, I feel like that's why we lost the race. Just a little bit too much contact, and everything. I mean, I almost wrecked in 1 and 2, but overall, just very proud of everyone in Trackhouse. We've been working very hard, and it's showing. Freeway Insurance, Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Quaker State, all of our sponsors that help us to be here today. Solid effort.
After Berry cleared Suarez, Berry grew his lead in clean air and wound up finishing 1.358 seconds ahead of Suarez. That win, as a result, ended the 3-race winning streak that Christopher Bell had coming into Vegas. Berry got his opportunity at lap 195 for a 7-car crash on the backstretch, which interrupted a sequence of green flag pit stops and took control from Stage 2 winner Kyle Larson, who had led 61 laps before pitting on lap 197. Once the field had flipped, Larson restarted 18th and was only able to get back to 9th before the race was over. However, Berry restarted 7th on lap 201, had a great run on the high side of the track, and took the lead from Suarez for the first time on lap 234, but gave up the lead to Joey Logano 2 laps after that. Noah Gragson made hard contact with the turn 2-1 on lap 243 that brought out the 9th and final caution of the race, and as a result, fuel mileage was no longer a concern for the teams. Suarez got the lead back on a solid 4-tire pit stop, while Logano lost 19 spots on a bad pit stop. It didn't take long for Berry to get the 101st win for the Wood Brothers, as Harrison Burton gave the team his 100th last year. That win was also the first for Burton, as he did at the Daytona International Speedway in a bull race there. Brock Beard also mentioned in his YouTube livestream after the race that it was the 5th first-time winner that the Wood Brothers have had since 2001. Paraphrasing, of course. In addition to Burton and Berry, Elliott Sadler also got his first win in 2001 at Bristol Motor Speedway, Trevor Bayne in 2011 at the Daytona 500, and Ryan Blaney in 2017 at Pocono Raceway. Berry also became the 20th driver to win for the Wood Brothers. Ryan Preece finished 3rd, followed by series points leader William Byron at fourth, who was the best of the Hendrick Motorsports drivers in the top 10. Ross Chastain finished fifth with the help of tire strategy. Austin Cindric was sixth, Alex Bowman seventh, AJ Allmendinger eighth, Lawson ninth, and Chase Elliott 10th. Pit road had a bunch of sloppy errors. Both Chase Briscoe and Kyle Busch lost tires out of the track, but Briscoe wound up rebounding from being 4 laps down and finished 17th. The race featured a record 32 lead changes amongst 13 drivers. Cindric was second to Larson in laps led with 47, followed by Logano with 40, Tyler Reddick with 34, Bubba Wallace with 20, and Barry with 18. Bell's chances of a 4th straight win became less likely during pit stops, under caution for Shane Van Gisbergen's spin off of turn 2 on lap 107. By that point, Bell, who had started from the back because of an unapproved throttle body change, had moved up to second in the race, but his front tire changer wasn't able to secure the left front tire before Bell left his pit stall, which was located near the start of pit road. After an urgent talk on the radio, Bell went into the pit of his teammate Chase Briscoe, where the front tire changer of the 19 tightened the loose lug nut on Bell's 20 machine. Bell was penalized and was sent to the back due to him pitting outside of his pit box and wasn't able to make much progress in dirty air in the following 2 restarts. Bell was running 29th when a 34 Ford of Todd Gilliland hopped off the turn 4 wall on lap 147, which was the fifth caution of the day. He did end up being in 6th at one point after a 2-tire pit stop on lap 189 to get track position, but he fell back a bit when the field blipped for the lap 201 restart and wound up finishing 12th. Other notable finishers included Brad Keselowski finishing 11th, Chris Buescher 13th, Logano 15th, Reddick 24th, Denny Hamlin 25th, Bubba Wallace 28th, Kyle Busch 33rd, Van Gisbergen 34th, and Blaney 35th, respectively. Congratulations to Josh Berry on getting his first career Cup win at Las Vegas. Pretty cool for him to be able to do that. Well deserved for him there, especially. I've talked about Berry before on the channel, especially as well when the announcement of him going to Stewart Haas Racing, which I said was unexpected. I highly recommend that video, as that video did very well. I'll leave that in the description. And I also talked about Berry not long after the announcement of him going to the Wood Brothers as well. I'll leave that video in the description as well. So that plays pretty cool story for him to be able to win and all that, especially. It was something like what happened last year when he went to Stewart Haas Racing. But I talked about that video as well, especially he was replacing Kevin Harvick and all that, especially a lot of legacy to live up to the 4. Even though Barry had a couple good runs there last year, he led 32 laps at Iowa Speedway and had 4 top 10s on the year, but unfortunately he didn't stick around with that because of the situation when Tony Stewart ended up leaving the team and all that, especially with the team shutting down as well. And then it ended up becoming Haas factory team, and Barry was left without a ride. But then once he got the Wood Brothers opportunity, that was a pretty cool opportunity, especially there with that team with the incredible history they have there, especially with Leonard Wood and Eddie Wood and Glenn Wood as well, and the whole Wood Brothers family and all that. Definitely be able to join a team like that with a lot of history, especially. He was close to getting that 100 win. I talked about in that Barry video with the Wood Brothers Racing that they had won their 100. Harrison Burton did get that 100 later in the year at Daytona in the fall race there, like I said earlier. So, but Barry, it's still pretty cool that he got to do that, especially with a team like the Wood Brothers, be aligned with Team Penske and all that. Especially a lot of years, the Wood Brothers weren't even racing full-time anymore. They had part-time with Bill Elliott and Ken Schrader amongst drivers that raced for the team. Even John Wood was part of the Wood Brothers family as well. Raced some races there in the Cup Series. But it was pretty cool, once they went back to full-time and all that. And especially now, Barry being there, he's an incredible talent, especially like I talked about in the video as well, when it was announced, of the Stewart Haas thing and all that, especially like how Dale Earnhardt Jr. gave him the opportunity there with Junior Motorsports and all that, especially when he was driving there, especially how many years he was driving in the late models and all that with Ford Jr., by being very successful in that series and all that. So, especially the Barry Stewart Haas video that I talked about back in 2023. How there isn't that many drivers, especially debuted over 30, like Barry did when he joined the Cup Series last year. I talked about how it was very similar to how it was it was more common in the 90s and 2000s and all that, especially with drivers like Jeff Gordon being the exception as far as very young drivers at that time. It was a rarity back then to see young drivers, and now it's a rarity to see older drivers. So, but definitely Barry has the experience, especially having a lot of success in the late models, like I said. So definitely it's not surprising to see him win, but it was definitely surprising to see him win at Las Vegas, even though he is very successful there when he won there in the Xfinity Series, but especially because of the fact that he's very successful at the short tracks. Brock Beer said this in his live stream after the race as well. He thought it would have ended up being on a short track like Marsville or so, paraphrasing there, but I would have thought that too because of the fact that Barry came up driving short tracks, especially how the late models is all about short tracks. So, but definitely it's better that he got the win earlier than later. So definitely a pretty cool story for Barry, especially with the situation, like I said, with Stuart Haas, that, the situation with them shutting down and all that. But now hopefully he has a stable situation with the Wood Brothers, especially to him to be able to win this early in the year and all that. Definitely a pretty cool story there. So definitely it's awesome to see Barry win and all that, and hopefully he gets to win more races, especially with the Wood Brothers trying to win multiple races in a year and all that. Definitely that'd be pretty cool, especially they haven't won a lot of races in a year since like the days when they had David Pearson and all that. But definitely would be pretty cool to see like, how Barry continues to do with that team and all that, especially how fast he's been running there as well. Not surprising that he ended up getting a win. It's pretty cool like for him to get that, and hopefully he wins a lot more, like I said. So definitely I'll be rooting for Barry to continue to win more races and all that. And that's a pretty cool story, like I said, there as well. But yeah, definitely it was a wild race there in Las Vegas, especially a lot of drivers having problems with tires and all that, especially with Kyle Busch, especially the loose wheels, especially with him and Chase Briscoe. Definitely, it's crazy like how something like that happened, especially a lot of tire issues as well, especially when Noah Gragson would hit the wall, and Shane Van Gisbergen having tire problems throughout the race as well. He kept cutting the tire down, especially a couple times there. It was just a rough and wild race there, especially for those guys, especially, but definitely it is what it is there, especially, but definitely pretty cool to also see Morgan Freeman there at the race as well, as he gave the command to start engines there. So that was pretty cool for him to be able to do that, especially since Morgan Freeman is such a legend and all that. So definitely that's pretty cool there, especially. But yeah, congratulations again to Barry on winning at Las Vegas. Definitely that's pretty cool confidence for him to be able to see what he does like throughout the year as well. So definitely that's a pretty cool thing there as well. And to be able to do it at the 75th anniversary of the Wood Brothers, since that team started in 1950, especially for a team originally based in Stewart, Virginia, but is now based in Mooresville, North Carolina. So that's pretty cool thing there, especially. A lot of anniversaries this year as well, with the Goodyear Blimp celebrating 100 years, Napa 100 years as well, NASCAR on Fox, which is in its 25th season, as well as The Office with the 20th anniversary of that show, like premiering, and Windows 95, the 30th anniversary of that as well this year. So definitely that's a pretty cool milestone that Barry did there, especially. Definitely you wanted to get a win like your Barry in the 75th anniversary there of the Wood Brothers. So that's a pretty cool thing that Barry did there as well. So and it's also pretty cool that Barry and Taylor Swift went to the same high school, which is in Hendersonville, Tennessee, where Barry is from as well. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. And if you are brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.